What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another week. All right, let me get set up here really quick. All right. So, for those of you that are new to the group, let me just welcome you to our weekly live. Right, every week, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Central Time, I go live to give you a lesson in helping you achieve your weight loss goals, to helping you achieve your finding your feel good body. Right. So, welcome to the group. My name is Erica. I am the founder of Rebel Medicine, and I'm on a mission to save women from falling into the fad diets, right, that are designed for you to fail. So, I want you to be a part of this group and be able to embrace that fierce warrior inside yourself, right, while you're still losing weight and feeling great, right? Getting to that point where you're feeling yeah, you're feeling great about who you are in your skin, right? I don't want you to have to starve yourself or spend all day at the gym like every other diet has you do. Okay, over the last 6 years, I've been on a journey to lose that weight that was caused by overeating junk foods and finding that root cause of overeating because I thought that I needed to weigh a certain amount and fit into a size small in order to feel worthy and be beautiful. Right. And after trying every weight loss supplement, every fad diet out there, and spending hours at the gym without being able to keep my results, I realized that those things were actually causing me more harm than good. And they were keeping me on this yo yo diet roller coaster. I am a certified vibrational medicine practitioner and a weight loss trainer, and I focus on treating the emotional and the mental health along with your physical health because it's not just about the foods you're eating, right? As diet culture mentality suggests, it's, you eat less, exercise more in order to lose weight, but it's not just about that. It's about the things your body is holding on to, right? That are keeping you to turning to junk food for comfort. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. If you're watching this live, if you're here live, I want you to type the word hashtag live squad in the comments. If you're catching this on the replay later on, then type the word hashtag replay and just let me know when it is that you're watching this. All right, so let's talk about healthy aging. All right, what are some of the age related problems that you're noticing? What do you got? Drop your answers in the comments. There's no right or wrong here. But what are some things that you're noticing? Do you feel maybe that age is nothing but a number and you feel young? So let me ask you this question: when you're 90 years old in the future, when you become a 90-year-old, do you want to be someone that's wheelchair bound or bed bound, needing someone to help you with your activities of daily living? Or do you want to feel like you're 90 going on 70, right? Feeling strong, feeling vibrant and independent. I don't know about you, but I want to be strong, vibrant, and independent. I want to feel like I'm, you know, going back in time, like Benjamin buttoning it or something, right? That's what I want. And that's why I got on this journey. Because I want to be as strong and independent for as long as possible. I don't want to follow in my family's footsteps. Right? I don't want the diabetes. I don't want the heart problems. I don't want the Alzheimer's. I don't want a stroke. Do you? Is that something that you're striving for as you get older? I'd like to think no, right? I'd like to think that all of us want to be vibrant and independent and strong for as long as possible. And lately, I've been noticing with my friends that they're experiencing more health problems, right? I'm 38. All my friends' ages vary between like 37 and 46. So we're kind of all around the same stages of life. So when we hang out and we start catching up, I hear a lot of complaints of they're gaining too much weight. They can't lose weight as easily as before, right? They're experiencing like premenopause symptoms, memory problems, um, like hand pain, right? Like maybe almost like arthritis or something like that, where they don't have that hand strength anymore. They can't open the jars, back problems, back pains. And I've always kind of thought, well, that's just what happens when you get older, right? That's the kind of stuff that you experience. It's just part of the normal aging process, right? We gain weight, uh, and I see that everywhere, especially like with my family, right? You start off, you see photos of them when they're young and they're super slim and trim and they look good, and then as they get older and you see pictures of them getting older, they just get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So I always thought that when you got older, gaining weight is just part of the thing. It's just what you do. It's what happens to your body, right? You get high blood pressure, you get cholesterol, heart problems, hearing loss, right? Eye problems, your eyes worsen, neurological, like cognitive declines, worsening immune system, Alzheimer's, cancer. You get into fall risk and broken bones. And I always thought that it's just part of the normal aging process. Maybe this is something you've thought of too, that you're like, oh yeah, this is just what happens. But after going on this journey, I actually learned that you can slow down the aging process and fight against time. Since I went on this journey to restore my health and then find my feel good body, I stopped noticing, or I noticed that I wasn't experiencing the same symptoms that my friends were having. Right? Which is weird because we're around the same age. I should be feeling the same things they're feeling, but I'm not. So, how does your age compare to others that are similar in age with you? How do you think your health compares to them? Right there. So, I was worse off in my 20s than I am now. Believe it or not. In my 20s, I had an A1C that's at 6.4, which was at the threshold of diabetes. I had high cholesterol and very little energy. I remember in my 20s, my mom would always push me to be like, oh, you should have kids when you're younger. You should have kids now in your 20s. Like, you have all the energy. As you get older, the energy goes down, your energy levels get worse, and you don't want to deal with kids when you're, in your 30s. The weird thing was that in my 20s, I didn't feel like I had very much energy. So now I'm finding that the opposite is true for me, right? I have more energy. My A1C is actually in the normal levels. My cholesterol is in the normal levels. So it's that thinking that we all have of, well, all these things happen as you get older. They aren't necessarily true, right? They happen, or these things happen, and we think they happen because we let ourselves get that way, right? Now I don't ever really get sick. The last time I was sick was 2 years ago, knock on wood, right? But back in my 20s, I used to be sick all the time. I swear I had like a cold like every other month, if not sooner, right? But that's all changed. Right? When I started working towards finding my feel good body, that changed. So let's start by addressing what that actually means first, right? What is your feel good body? I mean, if this is a weight loss program, this is a weight loss group, what does it mean to find your feel good body? Well, weight loss is very superficial. It runs a lot deeper than just weight loss. Don't you agree? Like, yes, we all say we want to lose weight, but is that really the case? Right? It's usually we want to lose weight because XYZ. Right? So this is a program that breaks you away from that diet culture mentality. Okay, it helps you find the root cause as to why you can't lose weight, why you can't keep the weight off. Okay, it helps you identify the things your body is holding on to that's preventing you from getting healthy. Okay, you have a physical body, a mental body, and an emotional body. And all these things contribute to your physical, mental, and emotional health. You can't treat only the physical part and expect to get these long-term results and say, okay, well, if I do a diet for 30 days, then I'm good. We're good to go. If that were true, everyone that ever got on a diet would have found the results and kept them. See, the problem is that you need to treat all three of those bodies, your mental, your physical, and your emotional. If you treat one and not the others, then you're not really getting down to what the problem actually is. And this is what finding your feel good body means, right? Because saying you want to lose weight is not accurate. There's a reason as to why you want to lose weight. And the simplified version, as simply as I can put it, is that you want to feel good. You want to feel good physically, right? You want to feel good about your body. You want to feel good in your body. You want to feel good mentally, right? You don't want to struggle with anxieties or stress, right? You want to feel good mentally and you want to feel good emotionally. Would you say that that's as accurate as you can get it when you say you want to lose weight? I think at least that was true for me. Right? Oh, got a little a little ahead of myself. Sorry about that. Um, yeah. So your emotions are alive. I want to start there. Your emotions are alive. Your health starts at the emotional level because emotions are energy. If you don't let those emotions flow like there's meant to, right? Think of electricity. Electricity flows, right? If you turn on a light, the electricity is flowing, your light's on. If you turn off the switch, the electricity stops flowing and your light goes off. Same thing happens with your emotions. Your emotions want to flow through your body, in and out, right? Something happens, something triggers you, you get a feeling. You're supposed to let that feeling out, right? Someone pisses you off, someone says the wrong thing, someone offends you. Instead of swallowing it and turning off that light switch, you should be letting it out. The problem happens when you don't let the emotions flow, right? When you turn off that light switch and you ignore them, you bite your tongue, you put others' feelings before yours, so you decide not to address your feelings, not to speak your truth. That energy, when you turn off that light switch, that energy settles into your body. It settles into your organs. It centers into your energetic field. And because this energy is alive, these unaddressed emotions kind of end up poisoning you. And they do that by turning those emotions that are getting trapped in your body into chronic stress. And that chronic stress kind of causes your body to go into fight or flight mode. Right? Fight or flight, or also known as survival mode, is probably one of the worst things you can do for your health. So here's what happens to your body. I'm going to give you a little snippet as to what happens. So your body doesn't know the difference between a cheetah chasing you, trying to make you its lunch, or your boss hounding you for that report that's due. The second your body feels that stress hormone release in your body, it narrows your veins so that it can reduce blood flow to all your extremities, right? It essentially just brings the blood, it sucks it into your body, and very, very little blood is going to your extremities. This happens because your mind is trying to protect your body is trying to keep you alive. So it thinks that, oh, well, in case that cheetah wants to bite off my leg, I'm going to make sure that very little blood is going to the legs or to the extremities so that in case that happens, we don't bleed to death. Okay. Another thing that happens physically is that your digestion slows down because your body is making sure to keep you alive. It stops digesting food, right? It stops putting it through the body or through your digestive tract. So that digestion kind of takes a back seat and everything just kind of sits there. And we all know what happens to food when it just sits there. It goes bad, right? And you don't want that. So when you're in survival mode, that's happening in your body. Now I want you to pay attention. If you're someone that experiences constant stress, how often are you going to the bathroom? How often are you having bowel movements? Are you going on a daily basis? Days in between? That means that all the stuff that you're eating is just sitting here. What's going to happen if you leave stuff out on the counter for a few days? It's not going to be pretty, right? It's going to be pretty gross. So that's happening inside your body. So the next thing that happens is that your body holds on to as much fat as possible to ensure that you'll have enough energy to burn in case you get trapped in a cave for a few days while you're hiding out from the cheetah. So everything that you eat, all right, one, it's not really being digested too much. It's only being digested enough to where your body can pull it in and hold it as energy and put it into your savings fat account, right? It's doing that as much as possible because it's afraid that you're going to be without food for the next few days. So it's trying to keep you alive. And then what also happens is that you lose your ability for critical thinking and problem solving. Okay, your body just gets riddled with this anxiety trying to keep you alive. So instead of being able to see the next few steps, your mind can only process what's right here, right now, in front of it. You can't see or try to problem solve. Literally, you're being prevented from doing that because you're in survival mode. So you're just kind of stuck with all this anxiety. Okay, so not only are you, packing on the weight, your ability to problem solve is taken away, but your immune system, it takes a hit too, because your body can only do so much when it's trying to keep you alive. So it says, screw the immune system, screw it all, because we'll worry about that later. That's tomorrow's problem. We're worried about surviving right now. Okay. So notice how this fight or flight mode, though, that you get into when you're stressed, when you're not expressing your emotions, when you're not putting things out there and letting energy flow. Do you see how it affects you on the emotional, the physical, and the mental level? It's not just about the weight gain. So I want you to pay attention to that, to those patterns about how everything is all connected. Everything about you is connected. So you need to treat everything as one and not as separate entities. So then I want you to now also pay attention to, what are you eating? If you're letting your emotions put you into survival mode on a regular basis, which is what happens every time you don't express them, right? Then your emotions need to find an outlet. They need to find a way to flow. They need to find something to do. Okay, think of emotions are energy in motion. Okay, think of it that way. So if they need to find an outlet, that outlet's going to happen through making you sick, causing inflammation in the body, triggering your fight or flight mode, disease, illnesses, cancers, right? They're going to come out one way or another. As if this wasn't bad enough, okay, if that wasn't bad enough, now another outlet that happens with your emotions, which is something that was common, super common for me, that I used my entire life, is that now I eat my feelings. I have an unexpressed emotion or a suppressed emotion. In order to keep it suppressed, I would eat and eat and eat and eat because I was feeding my feelings, right? So, food, and if you're in this group, then chances are food is also something you turn to for comfort when you're stressed or when you're overwhelmed or when you just want to suppress those emotions. The issue is that food, when you do that, when you turn to food for comfort, especially to junk food for comfort, it releases those happy chemicals in your brain, right? Your body gets flooded with those happy chemicals. It's like a reward almost. The problem is that you're getting addicted to these happy chemicals, and you're going to need more and more in order to keep feeling falsely happy. Key word being falsely, right? So it becomes this reward, a habit, right? Your body or your brain, your mind, it wants to feel rewarded. It wants to feel happy. So it says, okay, well, this last time, so and so pissed us off, and we bit our tongue, and we spent days just fuming on this anger, right? But we had Oreos. I'm going to use me for example. I had Oreos to make me feel better. That released all the happy chemicals and it flooded my body, and my reward center in my brain was lighting up. So the next time this happens, my mind says, well, let's do it again and again and again. And that's where the addiction comes in. Now we're addicted to that process. But now you're also adding more poison to your body. And you're trying to fix it by going on a diet. Then this puts you kind of further into the survival mode because you're adding stuff that's making you feel more crappy on top of the crap you already feel because you're suppressing your emotions. But you're mixing in those happy chemicals that make you feel falsely happy. And then when you're overweight and you see a picture, you see yourself in the mirror and you're mortified because of how big you've gotten, then you try to fix the problem by going on a diet. But you're not actually fixing the problem. You may be temporarily fixing the physical problem, but you're not fixing the physical problem because as soon as a diet goes away, you go back to your old habits. So, like we said, energy wants to move. And everything that you've been doing, everything we've been discussing, and all that energy sitting and you feeding yourself with all this false happiness, right? Then you throw in sitting down all day long. Maybe you're sitting at an office at work and then you get home and you sit some more and have some Netflix time. That is the perfect combination to destroy your mental, emotional, and physical health. Energy wants to move. You are an energetic being, and the energy just wants to move. But when you're suppressing your emotions, keeping that energy trapped in your body, when you're stuffing those feelings down by adding food into your body to keep those emotions down, and then when you sit all day, these are all just three things that are keeping all your emotions just trapped in here. Okay. All that energy, it just gets stuck, right? Causing all sorts of age related problems. So we always think that, oh, as you get older, these are just the things that happen, but these things are happening from all our daily actions of sitting all day, eating our feelings, and trying to ignore our feelings. When I first started this journey, I got one of those scales that told you, your weight, your body fat percentage, your subcutaneous fat, all this stuff. And at the end, it tells you how old your body is. Not your age based on the year you were born, but how old your body is based on all those results of your fat and your weight and your everything that it calculates. My body was 78 years old. I was like 30 something years old, but my body was 78 because of all of this. Because I was keeping everything trapped, because I was eating my feelings and I was just sitting down all day. Right? Using Netflix or TikTok or Instagram to distract me from everything that I was not wanting to feel. Pretty crazy, right? So you break those habits by making small changes. Yes? Diets diets aren't small changes. Diets tend to be a big change all at once. And that's one of the reasons that they're designed to fail. Right? So now, I'm on this mission, or I got on this mission for me. So not only to get my health back in order and to finally feel good about my body, to feel good in my own skin, but I want you to do that too. Right? I want you to break the generational cycles like I'm doing, to have disease and sickness and all those problems end with you, because I want them to end with me. I don't want to follow my family's footsteps. I used to think that, and my family even used to tell me this, that I was going to get disease. Because diabetes. Everyone in my family had diabetes, right? My grandpa had diabetes on my dad's side, on my mom's side. Her mom had diabetes. So it was just this thing where I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's hereditary. It's in my genes. I'm going to get it too. It's not in your genes. Yes, I was predisposed to it because of my family. But the only way I was going to get it was if I followed in their footsteps, right? In their habits, their eating habits, their movement, their exercise habits. But I once I learned that I didn't have to get it, that's when I decided I'm not going to. I'm going to change. I am not going to be as addicted to food as they were. Food isn't going to control my life. Junk food isn't going to control me. I'm in control. Okay, and I want you to experience those same things. I want you to feel that way, to know that things aren't a certain way just because they've been that way this whole time. But the only way to do that is by breaking your bad habits, by doing the things, stop doing the things that have led you to this point. Right? You break those habits by making small changes, or also known as micro habits. Okay? I want to invite you to join me. Okay, if you're new to the group, and or if you missed the last two lessons, then comment lessons below. Let me know, and I'll tag you on the replay so you can catch up to some of the micro workout sessions, the micro trainings that we're doing to kind of get that movement into our bodies, right? To start making those small changes. But I want to invite you on this challenge. It's a 7-day challenge, right? To start reversing the effects of all the damage your body has endured up until this point. Okay, if you want to accept this challenge, I'm going to go into the details. I get that you might want to hear the details before you commit, but if you're commit to start breaking these bad habits and start making these small changes, then I want you to type "Amen" in the comments. Let me know. Okay. And here's the details. I'm going to give you the details of this challenge. I want you to make one small change every day. Super tiny shift from your everyday activities. Now, you can do this all in one day, or you can just implement one thing at a time for the next 7 days. However you feel more comfortable. I think that in order to really keep up with these changes, you pick one to do every day. So let's say today you start and you're going to start with number 1. Or maybe you think number 1's too hard. You don't want to go there yet. So you'll start with number 2. So you do 2 today and then 3 tomorrow. So then tomorrow you'll do 2 and 3. Right? The next day you'll do 2, 3, and 4. You catching it? So this is how I want you to start. Now, I picked this first one because I thought maybe this is going to be a little easier since you don't actually have to physically make any changes. It's more of an internal part. But I want you to start by addressing just one emotion that you've been trying to ignore. So, for example, when you go for that bag of chips or the burger or whatever your go-to meal is, when you're like, oh, this just sounds so good, I need it, I want you to take a pause. I don't need you to change it. I don't need you to not go for it. I just want you to take a pause and ask yourself, why do I want this? That's it. Let your body answer. Make it a judgment-free zone. Just answer it truthfully. And when the answer comes, there isn't much you have to do with it either. Just tell yourself or tell whatever the answer is, okay, I hear you. I notice you. Okay, is there anything I can do to make it better? And just let your body answer. That's it. And then go about your day however you were going to, okay? The second thing is I want you to pick one meal a day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. I just want you, maybe even a snack. But for one meal a day, I want you to add veggies to it. Doesn't matter what it is, just pick one. Maybe it's a side. Maybe you're like, you know what? I did number 1. I answered, why do I want this? But I'm still going to go for that burger. I'm going to have my burger and french fries. Maybe add a side of veggies to it. Get a little side salad to it. Anything that you will like, like as in you like the taste of it and that you'll enjoy. There's something, just one meal a day. Okay, the third thing is to try fasting. Start at a 12-hour fast, where for 12 hours you don't have anything to eat or drink except water or black coffee or unsweetened plain tea. And I want you to see how you feel. You can increase it if you like, make it up to 14. But if you're just starting and you've never done it before, I want you to start at just 12. And give your body a break from constantly having to digest food. Because if you're constantly eating, then your body's constantly digesting food. You're not giving it a break or a rest. Okay? The fourth thing is to get movement. Find something that you enjoy doing. Okay, something that you have fun. If you don't know what that is, just start somewhere. Okay, and start by doing it for 5 minutes. It's not too bad. It's just 5 minutes. You can do anything for 5 minutes. Okay, go for a walk. Maybe you can walk to the park, sit under a tree, read a book, maybe listen to a podcast. Maybe you can take your dog for a walk or your kids, run around at the park for a little bit. Just make it fun and enjoyable. Right? 5 minutes isn't a long time. You can do anything for just 5 minutes. Right? Walk from here up the street, however, put a timer. Set 5 minutes on your timer. Walk. Or actually, if you're just doing 5 minutes, set a 2.5 minute timer to walk in one direction and then the 2.5 minutes to walk the other direction, to walk back, right? It doesn't matter what it is. Just find some movement. And here's why. Here's why we're doing all of this. Let's go back to number one, right? It's because you need to stop being afraid of your emotions. And if you're like me, then yes, no one ever taught you to put your needs first, to speak up, how to express your emotions. Hell, you probably weren't even allowed to really express your emotions. But it's time to reparent yourself. You're doing this for your health and your well-being. Yes, okay, so maybe no one taught you in the past how to do that. Maybe no one taught you how to manage your emotions or regulate your emotions. Cool, but you're not a kid anymore. So it's time for you to step up and teach yourself how to do those things. And this is why we're starting here. Okay, so for number 2, veggies are a high vibrational food. So because what that means is that they help you elevate your mental and emotional bodies, right? They actually provide nourishment. They give you vitamins and minerals. And this nourishment is going to help you get out of survival mode. It's going to kind of tame your body into knowing it's okay. We're feeding ourselves these high vibrational foods that are going to help raise our vibration so we can feel better. Now, number 3, the fasting, right? It's going to give your body a break. It's going to allow for your body to repair itself and clean out all the junk that gets collected in your cells and in your body. That's what fasting does. So when we're constantly eating, all we're doing is building up all that junk, and it's collecting and it's building up and it's building up. And that's more disease that comes in, right? More illness, where cancers come in. So the fasting gives your body a break and says, okay, we have no food to digest. So all we're doing now, they switch from being these vacuums that just eat all this food to now cleaning. They're going to repair any damages to your cells. They're going to clean out everything. It's like a recycle reuse factory in your body when you give it a break from digesting. Okay? And we want that because that's going to promote more health, more vitality. Okay? It's going to rejuvenate your body. Your cells have the ability to regenerate and clean themselves from these zombie cells that they're called. But it can only do that if you give it a break to do so. Okay, so if you can, 12 hours. If you can do more, great. If you can do 14, right now I'm between 16 to 18. I'm going to start training my body to go from 18 to 20 hours because I eventually want to do a 3-day fast. But I have to build up to it, right? I can't do it all at once. So I'm going to start fasting anywhere between 18 to 20 hours for the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to start increasing it to 24 hours and go from there. Okay. Now, the last one, to get movement. Movement releases this thing called the mitochondria, right, in your cells. It's essentially a power plant. And as you get older, this mitochondria actually starts deteriorating and you start losing it, which is why we get weak. We lose muscles as we get older. But when you're getting movement, it actually helps power up this power plant. It renews your energy and it renews all the energy in your muscles. It helps reverse the effects of aging, right? To fight against time. It helps circulate more oxygen through your body. And it strengthens your muscles so that you can prevent from being, wheelchair bound in the future. So movement, I know diet and exercise, this diet culture mentality tells us that getting exercise, getting movement is going to help you lose weight. It actually doesn't. Exercise is probably only about 5% of your effort when it comes to losing weight. So let's say you go on this vigorous workout for an hour, right? You're sweating, you're burning like 1,500 calories. You're like, yeah, pumped. Well, only 5% of that effort in the last hour is actually contributing to your weight loss. Strengthening your muscles and getting that movement is more for your cardiovascular endurance, for your strength endurance, and to help keep you from being weak, breaking your bones, not being able to walk as you get older. That's really the point of actually getting exercise. Okay. So I want to leave you with this last thing because I've already took up so much of your time. Sorry. Um, I want to leave you with this last message that I heard actually from Thor. And if you don't know, I'm a big geek. I'm super into comics and all that stuff. But he said something, and I'm like, ooh, it stuck with me. And he said, we don't stop moving because we get old. We get old because we stop moving. So don't stop moving. Eat your veggies. Address your feelings. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. I hope that you will be a part of this challenge. Okay. It's do this for 7 days. You can do anything for 7 days. Okay. As long as you take it just one day at a time. And if you are doing this challenge, then let's make sure to keep each other accountable, right? Inside the group, every day say, yes, I did my challenge today, right? Post it in there. Let us know. Let's keep each other accountable. And let's say you didn't. Let's say you missed a day, you didn't feel like it, whatever the reason, put it on there too. Okay, there's no judgment, no shame here. But let's just be supportive of each other's journey, right? Don't be embarrassed because you didn't do it. Just let us know whether you did or didn't, and let's just be here for each other. Okay, the important thing is that you're trying. Okay, because there is no such thing as failing if you're taking steps forward. Okay, the only time you fail is when you stop. So I hope this week's lesson gave you an idea of what and how you'll learn if you ever decide to lock arms with me. If you'd like to know more about the programs that I offer, please reach out to me. Drop it in the comments, send me a DM. I am currently about to start teaching a 6-week course for beginners, for lack of better words. This is for the people that they kind of want to dip their toes in the water and try this different approach or separate from diet, that are still trying to learn about, their emotions and vibrational medicine. This is for those people that aren't sure if they're ready to commit to like a full 4-month program. All right, this is a 6-week program. It's called the Metamorphic Harmony. And in this program, you're just going to learn how every part of you is connected, right? The physical, the emotional, the mental parts of you. And we're going to learn to treat them as one, not as separate entities like the diet culture mentality wants you to believe. We're treating them all as one. Okay, so you'll gain insights on how to stop using food as a crutch. You'll notice how your food choices are impacting your emotions. Right, during this 6 weeks of us working together, you're going to notice reduced body fat because we're going to target that. You'll start to feel more confident, more energetic because we're going to start changing your habits little by little, right? Your metabolism's going to go up. Your mood is going to start to improve. Week 1 of this course, it's just going to go over how your emotions are connected to your food choices and how to change those food choices so that you're able to feel your body and treat your body as a partner instead of the enemy that you use food to bury with. Week 2 is just going to focus on your intentions, right? Paving that road and having that successful weight loss so you can have mile markers kind of guiding you every step of the way so you can reach your goals with a clear destination, right? You'll have your end goal of what you want, but then we're also going to create short sub goals that are going to be used as steps to get to your end goal. In week 3, you're going to learn all about music medicine. Okay, how to use music medicine to kind of detox your cells. That's going to detox yourself from the food toxins and your environment. Right, this music medicine is also going to help you change your food choices and to more nourishing options, more of on a subconscious level. Okay, in week 4, we're going to go over the 7 needs that your body requires in order for you to thrive, so you can feel your best, so you can start living your best life. On week 5, we're going to learn about your gut and how your gut's responsible for your mood, for your intuition, and how all these processed foods and all these suppressed emotions kind of turn your gut upside down. Think of Stranger Things, right? Turning things into the upside down world. So that'll be week 5. And then on the final week, we're going to debunk the myth that all calories are created equal. Because it's all about nourishing your body with the calories that give you nutrients and feed your body and not your emotions. Okay, so just a little bit about that program on what we're going to do. On top of that, it's also going to come along with like 24/7 support, right? You'll have weekly calls. You have a support chat so that you can get any questions answered. You never have to wait for the next call. Okay, so this is something you're interested in. Absolutely, please let me know. I would love to tell you more about it and present this to you. So drop it in the comments if you'd like to know more, or DM me. All right, guys. So I appreciate guys taking the time, being here with me, spending this time with me. I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you next week. Have a good one.